Good morning. It is 66 degrees. Wow. Fabulous. So I was cleaning out my desk and came across this necklace that I made. It's a crocheted necklace. You lace onto crochet thread, really thin crochet thread, all the beads, and then you take a tiny little, see, I'll show you a close-up, a tiny little hook and crochet in between each of the beads. And I made a super long one and self-closing and everything. Totally forgot I made this. So it's been a while, but nonetheless. And then we received the bandages that needed for Polly's wound, and it's the sorbent sachet. I guess they're medicated. I wish that they were better labeled. It says 3x3, but if you flip it over, the actual medicated part is just this gauze. And that is really more like a 2x2. Yeah, 2x2, not 3x3. So they include the adhesive size. And that makes a big difference if you're trying to cover a wound that needs to be all encased under the little medicated pad. Each one of these is... Wait, how much was this? $5? Yeah. Each one is $5. So $50 for a box of 10. And the largest ones that they had recommended that we order were 18x10, and they're $25 each pad, and that's just a week's supply. That's $480 some plus shipping. Yikes. Did you know that wound care supplies are not covered by insurance? Nope. They will stitch you up, but if you are bleeding and need to be covered, you have to pay out of pocket. So... And it's not unusual. It's not just our insurance. It's a typical kind of caveat for insurance. Strange to find out. Again, the things that we have found out through this experience that we never assumed were the case. So I have a couple of things to do this morning before I head out the door. Mom's taking me out to lunch today. And then I think we're going to run over to the hardware store. She needs something. I need to check to see if there's anything I need at the hardware store, since I'm already going to be making the stop anyway. And then this afternoon I have some code that I need to write, at which point when I write code I need to concentrate on it exclusively, so I cannot deviate. I have to be uninterrupted. All my concentration has to be about that, because a space, a comma, a period in the wrong place, it bombs out the whole code. And for those of you who don't know, that's kind of what I do for a living. I have a oddly hybridized or hybrid job where I'm part business end, part technical. And the technical part really came out of necessity because I'm nosy and I wanted to know how things worked. And once I learned how things work and how to fix them, I ended up being kind of techie hybrid job. So, and I do really enjoy my job because I love when a problem comes to me and I can solve it. It just, I don't know, puts a smile on my face. It's like getting a little present because it solves an issue for someone who's having problems, and it makes me feel good about myself. So that's probably the engineering tinkerer in me, which I grew up, with an engineer in our household. So that makes perfect sense to me. Plus, I've always wanted to know how things work. My first computer, the first job I had where they switched from monitors, just mainframe monitors to personal computers, I have volunteered to learn how to take them apart, and yeah, and the rest is history. I don't take them apart anymore because, quite honestly, what I knew then is so outdated now, but still, it doesn't hurt. I'm not fearful of taking some screws off the cases or fixing my laptop screen. I've done all of that myself. Saved myself a buku bucks. So yeah, I will take you along. It's a lovely fall day. I might even stop at Johnny Appleseeds to see if there's any apples, but they're a little bit on the expensive side, but they are quite tasty. We're really enjoying the apples. So that is what is up for today. So I'll take you along with me. So Mom and I are out to lunch. I'm not going to pan up because, you know, privacy. Let's check it out. She's got fish sandwich and fries, and I have veal parm with steamed veggies.
Beautiful.
I know. And we got our lemon wedges, and it's gorgeous outside. We're sitting by the window.
And we're celebrating your birthday.
Yes. So
a little delayed, but
hey, it's never too late to celebrate.
No.
Just thought I'd share a little peaceful interlude. Just got back from lunch with Mom. We stopped at Aldi's. I got some grapes and a coffee, decaf. And as I was sitting in the car when I pulled up, the chickens got freaked out by a couple of squirrels that ran into the garage. It was so funny. But my camera was, in the back seat, so I didn't capture it. But tree naked. Leaves look really pretty though. And it is 72 degrees and it's supposed to be freezing rain this weekend. So I'm gonna enjoy as much of this outdoor as I can. You can see some of the chickens over there. There they are. Silly girls. No eggs yet, but we check every day. So the mulberry tree is the last one to lose its leaves, and this is the female tree that has the fruit. We have a male tree in the back, and as you can see, the 80-year-old pines in the periphery of our yard. And over here, where the squirrels all hang out, throwing pine cones at me. They can be vindictive little things. Cute on camera, not so cute when the camera's turned off. So, oh look, Chester's dilapidated chucket. I think it's time to bring the orange one outside so we can see it, because this little green blue one totally melts into the background. So I'm going to finish my coffee and then go back to work, put some stuff away that I brought. I only ate half my sandwich. I brought the other half, well, just the veal chomp back, because I know the Chihuahua will eat it, and I always find it a shame to let food go to waste. I don't have to eat it because I was full, and I've been stopping eating as I get full, but she can enjoy the rest of it. That little thing, like 5 pounds, maybe 5 pounds wet. You know, on a day like today, I really should have just worked outside. I could bring my laptop out here. It's fully charged. But really, how much concentrating can I do on work? And I've got code to process, so yeah. That would be fun. Alrighty. No ideas on what to get for or have for dinner, but while I was at Aldi's, I did pick up another pop can of biscuits and some queso and maybe some jam to make dessert pastries, pyrashki, but maybe not today. We'll see how much enthusiasm I have. You know, some days are like cereal, bowl of cereal night. Oh, I don't even know if we have milk. Alrighty. Oh, and I just saw something on Pinterest earlier this morning that made me think, oh, what a decadent little dessert. It's a no-bake cheesecake in muffin pans, in, you know, muffin liners or cupcake liners, and the bottom, instead of graham cracker, is a Reese's peanut butter cup covered with no-bake cheesecake, set up in the fridge for an hour, and then yum. I might have to do that. Oh, you know, it'd be cute. The little mini Reese's for a little kid's party. It's like one bite. Because, you know, kids bite into stuff and then leave it, so it's always a big waste. Alright, stop my rambling, go back to work. So I stopped in at Aldi's with Mom, so I picked up some grapes. I've already cleaned them, taken them off the stems, and rinsed them, and patted them dry, and eaten some. And they're going to go in the fridge. I like having these prepped this way because half of the battle is laziness. So if you have something already prepped for you that is much easier and nicer as a snack, always grab these instead of something else. I have my nori seaweed, toasted seaweed, if I want something salty, and I have this if I want something sweet. Perfect. So, and after dinner sometimes that's all we want is a little bit of something sweet, so that we're going to have that. We already had some appetizers, which is some of the grapes and some delectable 3-year-old cheese.
5-year-old.
5-year-old cheddar that my in-laws sent in a care package to us, which is fabulous. We really appreciate it. It was really, really tasty. But now we're going to actually eat dinner. So I'm going to be making roast beef wraps, but I found a knockoff recipe for the Bang Bang sauce, which I'm going to show you now. So the sauce, the recipe called for ingredients to make more than we need, so I'm going to have it. So it's 1/8 cup of mayo. It is 1 tablespoon of chili sauce, so it's sweet chili sauce, 1 teaspoon of honey, or is it half a teaspoon of honey, and 1 teaspoon, maybe tablespoon, of Frank's Red Hot. I might have to check the recipe. I'll list it below for those of you who want. But the recipe was the 1/4 cup and then double everything. I'm just going to make enough for tonight. I'm going to mix it in this bowl and then I'm just going to paint it onto the wrap. Instead of having it gloppy, I kind of like flavor all over. Because there's nothing worse than biting into a bite and not having any flavor in that one bite or not having enough stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll show you what it looks like once it's all mixed up. And I'll definitely put the original recipe and then what I use, which is half. And then I have roast beef, I have some cheese, lettuce, so we'll make wraps. Bang Bang roast beef wraps. That tastes so much like Bang Bang sauce. It's quite tasty, and we can adjust the sweetness or the heat level as you'd like. So I'm obviously not going to use all of it, so whatever's left over I'm going to put in a tiny little container and put it in the fridge. We'll use it in the next couple of days, but in the meantime I'm going to clean through some free produce at Polly brought home. There's a couple of heads of lettuce that needs to be, the outside leaves need to be thrown out, and a couple of heads of broccoli. So I'll salvage whatever I can, and then I'll shred some lettuce for the wraps, which will be flavored up with this. So I've finished the sauce, and now it's spread out with the pastry brush across the for the wrap. I've shredded some lettuce. Always face your knife edge away from you. You'd be amazed how many times people cut themselves when they put it this way and they're doing something. Face it away. It's always better. So I'm going to put some roast beef, and so I think someone requested some jalapeno cheese and pickled jalapenos, including lettuce on their wrap. So I'll show you what all of that looks like together.
I cut myself all the time.
Yes, he does. Exactly after I tell him, be careful, it's sharp, don't cut yourself. Yeah.
Can you get a Band-Aid?
So there's the wrap before I actually roll it. Hopefully I can keep it all intact. I might have to grab a couple of toothpicks. But this is Polly's. And there's Polly's wrap, all plated up and toothpicked. While I was making this, Polly was watching My Strange Addiction in the living room, and one of the women likes to eat her makeup, including talc powder. Blah, blah. Okay, can't understand it, but I don't need to.
They put it on everything.
They put on everything like donuts. Okay. And another person who's in his 30s, 33, wants to be like Justin Bieber. Yes.
13 plastic surgeries.
13 plastic surgeries. Oh my. But in the meantime, we're going to enjoy this. So,
Ricky Dicky.
yeah, this is Polly's. And,
Hope he's not watching.
yeah, unlikely, honey. He's too concerned about Justin Bieber. So, simple dinner tonight. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and keeping me company. Us company. We appreciate it. Don't forget the thumbs up. It's free for you. And it helps you out. And yay for my chronic thumbs down person. You're really staying on board. I appreciate that. You have not missed a day in weeks. It's got to be really taxing, but hey, thanks. See you all tomorrow.
Thumbs down, Gary.